Ladies and gentlemen, this is another installment of the Problematic Gentleman Podcast, episode 8.
You live again.
Always back, giving y'all the bangers, you know what I mean? Ready to drop heat whenever, however. So, you know, we coming with 2 topics that we always like to discuss. You know what I mean? I like to bring something up good to warm y'all up, get y'all ready, and then drop off that second topic. So the first topic today, fellas, is something that we all getting to the brink of, to be honest with you, about to happen sometime soon. Oh, it ain't happening for you no time? But he got the leeway to say it ain't gonna be happening for him no time soon. The topic is marriage.
Oh, okay.
Now, you don't think it's happening for you no time soon?
Oh, nah, just because you tell us both the topic for the show, so I thought you was going somewhere else.
Oh, no.
What the fuck you talking about, nigga?
But we're going to be discussing marriage for the first topic. Like I said, something that some of the older fellas here is having to kind of consider and take into consideration. Mike got a couple more years to fool around and act like an idiot.
I'm still in the streets.
I got like maybe one before I hit 30. Well, I'm not going to get married before I get 30, but when you hit 30, you take things in different aspects. You think of things differently.
Nah.
In your late 20s, I look at every, like I said, I'm 28, you're 29. I look at every decision like, I'm almost 30. So I don't have time to really be doing stuff.
When y'all was 15, 16, was y'all niggas like, I'm gonna be married by 26.
Oh my
I was going to be married by 25.
Don't even dive into it, because that when we thought of one. Y'all niggas be speaking to the question. Y'all be reading my mind and shit and stuff up.
It's the chemistry, man.
So what I want to ask y'all to start this topic off tonight will be, do you feel as though marriage is as important as it once was back in the day, and does it hold the same value today as it did back then?
My personal opinion, I feel like it does.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's definitely something that should be like upheld the most, the highest standard. But that's where I came from.
Right.
That was what I was raised on. I mean, my parents been married 28 years, 29. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen.
They mine like 25. Shout out
to the folks.
Thanks for having one kid, about you. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen excellence, to be honest. So I've seen like how marriage should really be. So my personal opinion is definitely that it's like the highest standard. Like I view marriage like I'm out the game. Like,
Right.
No, it ain't even like nigga, I'm just retired. Like I'm Dennis Rodman in Jersey. It ain't no chance I'm
coming back at all. Like nigga, my best years behind me.
You know what I mean? Like I ain't Brett Favre in it. Hell nah.
That nigga singing.
I'm Tony Romo, nigga. I'm Tony Romo with it. I'm gonna go whole career in broadcast.
Catch that million though.
And we talking about now how to do this marriage thing. But that's me personally. But honestly, if I'm being real, but definitely my generation, they definitely don't view marriage as that at all.
That's your opinion of it.
I definitely feel like at my age and how I view, I'm definitely on the smaller side of the views for sure.
So you saying you keep more traditional values?
I keep more traditional values with marriage and uphold it to a higher standard. But I do feel like that's my personal opinion. But I feel like as a whole, hell no.
See, ladies, eligible bachelor.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand that the game has definitely changed the view of marriage. Like, it's cool if you get married, shit, you can still be in the game a little bit if you. I definitely.
It's not with the way it used to be.
It's not the way it used to be at all, especially like.
You gotta get foot on the line and the ref don't see it, it still counts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate you a little bit. That's a fact. That's a good way to see it.
Like, I'm about to play devil's advocate in this motherfucker.
Nah, but yeah, I definitely don't see it. I definitely do not think it's viewed the same at all.
And what about you, my brother?
Yo, it's funny because I like to have these conversations with women that I talk to, that are like in the talking stage or dating or whatever. And so it's like every time I deal with a chick, that conversation comes up. And I like to bring it up relatively early. Not as long as like, we about to get married tomorrow, bitch.
Right.
But
just to get a read at where she is.
Yeah, where she be at. So
you're not like first date like she trying to go to the ringside.
Hell no. But nah, I personally don't believe marriage holds that. For me, it doesn't hold that personal value to me because I come of the school from like, as long as we together and we have a love and bond and we have like a understanding, like a piece of paper or something that's sanctioned by a priest or something, it's cool to have. I want to get married. I want to have the wedding and all that fly shit. But if it's like I'm with the woman that I deem my wife, you know what I'm saying? We had kids, we happy, we in the house. I don't have to be married. We can, and of course, if she wants to do that, we can do that. And I aspire to be married, but it's like if she wasn't pressed for that, I wouldn't be pressed about that either. As far and like even looking at it from what aspect of like the weddings and shit like that, I always like to ask women that question as well. As like, do you think like spending $20,000 and $15,000 on $30,000 on a wedding is important or it even makes sense? And a lot of time, a lot of chicks would be like, yeah. A lot of chicks be like, yeah, I do want my dream wedding at $20,000. And I always just
do they ever give you a justifiable reason?
No, I just want it. I just want you to be prettier. But you know that can't be happening. I love you though.
I can't defy logic, apparently.
But that just it always made me like look crazy at the chick. Cause I remember years ago a chick said that to me. She wanted a $20,000 wedding. I'm just like, why? She's like, well, I always wanted the princess dream wedding. I'm just like, yo, but I'd rather spend that 20 grand on a vacation or something like that. Investing like 20,000. We're going 20,000 down the tubes for a fucking day. Like, yo, why can't we go down to City Hall, get a marriage license, and then we have a big fucking cookout or barbecue or party with all our friends and family, get a DJ, and we spend like fucking $2 on that, and then we fucking do what the fuck we want to do on a vacation or something like that, have an amazing honeymoon, cause like
focus more on the honeymoon than the actual.
The stage in which y'all able to celebrate your time together. Cause let's be real, like, and that's the one thing. Like, I'm happy that you brought up the idea, cause that's also a thing that females always discuss. It's traditionally been a thing where they want to spend that type of bread on a wedding. Not saying that it's not fellas out there that want to.
They want the bread spent. They ain't trying to spend the bread.
I've heard a girl say, I'm gonna pay for it though. And I'm just like, why would you do that? I was still beating her head in. It's like, I don't care who pays it, but it's like, why do you want to waste money on a day? I get the day holds significance, but the significance is what we make it, not the fucking cash value.
Exactly,
like,
bro. You spend, if you think about it, with that wedding shit, like, what I can never wrap my mind around is like, anytime I'm going to a wedding, the couple barely seems that they can enjoy that time themselves. They just running around making sure everybody else is doing
you're
it. Right?
pleasing people. Like, once the initial nuptials are done, then it's like you gotta make sure everything's right. The caterers, DJ, everybody sitting. That the dumbest shit in the world. Who said who? Uncle Johnny sitting, the cousin Billy, and them niggas don't like each other. Fuck them niggas. Yo, they really be doing that shit. You see him here, DJ.
I will say this though, you ever invite me to your wedding, you better have a motherfucker open bar. Cause I'm trying to get Liddy 2000 out there.
And don't have no born as grandma wedding. No, like you said,
with
no
the trans DJ and shit.
Playing the cha-cha slide, like the only song that get played. Like I'm trying to have some fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right. So it's like I said, I would much rather have my significant, even if we didn't get married right away. And it's like, of course, you ain't gonna find a chick that's just cool with just like not being married. They want that eventually. So I'm not even gonna act like that's a reality. Because like I said, I would like that too, but if it don't happen, it don't happen. Mm-hmm. I would just be more along the lines of like, let's just go down to City Hall and get our shit, notarized for insurance purposes and benefit purposes. Like that's why I really want to get married with the woman I love and with, because like we have kids now, we have things that are tied up financially. We want to make sure those things are taken care of. So yeah, let's definitely get married for that. And the love significance is there too, but it's just like, as far as that wedding, it's just a bunch of superficial bullshit to me. That's just how I view it.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
You'll never win that argument with a woman, especially if she's adamant about it, but I always talk a bitch down. But the rest of you niggas who don't got it like me, and the rest of y'all who can't really do that and just capitulate and kowtow to whatever a bitch say.
That's a different story for them type of niggas.
Right.
So you saying, so like getting back to the question in itself, so like, cause I know you said your people was together for how long?
28. I don't want to be wrong.
But I think my parents been married like 25 years, but I was at the wedding for my parents. So I was like 3. So I remember the wedding kind of, but I think my parents, it makes sense. I'm 28, about 25 years. So I was like 3. So yeah, they've been married that long, and my parents, it's me and my brother. My parents only have us 2 as kids, and no outside kids, all that other shit. So it's like. So
do you think that? I'm pretty sure it has. I gotta ask you, like, do you think that seeing that and growing up in that household that played a part as to how you would look at it?
I'm almost sure it is. I feel like I would have come to that on my own just because of how I am and how I view women. But it's like in a good way, ladies. Don't kill me for nothing. Just how I view women, because it's like I don't want to keep you majority. I don't feel like it's needed for the wedding, but it's like because of what I saw growing up, that's what plays a part. Because it's like obviously I don't really have a memory of my life before fucking 3, but I do remember my parents like not being married, then being married. But it also didn't change how they lived and cared about each other, because my parents always lived together. It didn't change shit. And I asked my mom, and she asked me, well, she tells me like my dad was just like, let's get married. Like that's just kind of how it was. It wasn't this grandiose event where you had a mariachi band in the back and niggas was at Olive Garden and playing the violin and all that shit, and he put the ring in the motherfucking bracelet. No,
Word.
They was.
Your dad was watching your mom chewing it, like, I hope he I hope she gonna chew on it.
Yeah,
I
think they were just chilling on the couch or something, reading some books or something like that. And he was like, let's, get married. I don't know how this shit went, but it's like, of course, I know a lot of women ain't gonna want that. I'm very real about that situation. But it's just like, I saw that kind of structure. And also saw my parents love each other and care about each other.
I remember we had conversation. That's the one thing I remember when you talked to me about that. Like, that sticks out because I think that shit is important. And a lot of households, a lot of kids don't get to see that from the mother and father, where they love each other. It's consistent love.
Your mom had randos coming in. You be like, Uncle Kevin.
Who this new nigga coming through the door?
I thank God every day my mama wasn't no bird, dog. Like, I know my dad, my brother is my dad's kid and my mom's kid. I don't have to deal with none of that shit y'all broken home motherfuckers be having to deal with like that. Like, I'm just saying though, and I'm not saying you can't.
You gonna kill that person with trauma out this motherfucker?
I'm killing them, but I'm just saying I'm glad I had to go through that. Hov went through that, so I ain't have to go through that. I appreciate it. But I'm just saying, like, I'm glad I got to see two people love each other and care about each other. And that was the archetype for how I view a relationship. My parents never argued in front of me and my brother. I never saw my parents have no fucked up type of relationship. Like, of course, all couples go through things, but if they did, I never saw that shit. My brother never saw that shit. So that's just how it's like, I want to carry that over into the relationship I have with my wife and with my kids. So, I just view marriage in, I guess, a slightly different way just because I saw it growing up.
Yeah. I feel like, bro, for me, and obviously my background story is a bit different than yours because, like, my mom and my dad was married for quite some time, but then they separated when I might have been like 9 or something like that. I think it was like 9 or 10, around that age. So, but then my stepfather kind of stepped in shortly after that. I went to like 3-4 years down the line. So I was able to still get ideas of what I wanted in love. And I really, not even counting that directly to like my mom finding that new relationship with him, but like my mom kind of instilled that into me and my sister at a very young age, regardless if my dad was around or not. Like, I love my pop, but he wasn't around in that way. So I had to learn as to how to love as a man through my own kind of like experiences and shit. But my mom always put that love shit in general on the table for us to pick from and be able to move and learn from that. So I never really, even growing up in a single household, like I never really felt like I was that. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to kind of mature my way into love and figure out what I wanted to. But I feel like in today's game, bro, marriage ain't what it used to be.
It's not.
It's so many different stipulations, so many different things that make it kind of just be more superficial than it should. I don't think
it crumbles way quicker.
It crumbles way quicker, bro. If you look at the statistics, I mean, I haven't looked at anything as late, but
it's half at least that marriages are going to.
I agree with you, at the very least. And if not, it's extremely close. I would say that. So it's like, that's even to me, in my point, I think that's an extreme failure. Right. So when I see that type of shit and I see these numbers, I see these motherfuckers, like I said, we talked about it on one of the previous episodes, it's like, I know Brandon was cracking jokes on this shit, but it's like, it do sting me when I be seeing these hoes out here in baby showers, the baby daddy nowhere to be found. She in her little dress that she got from Rainbow, like, the baby daddy nowhere to be found.
Barbarian sight.
So it's like, I see that type of shit. For real. So I see that type of shit.
Still got my joint picked out. What had in there?
I see that type of shit, and I think in my head, like, bro, if marriage and love was what it once was when our parents grew up and they kind of instilled it like in their own way, we would be seeing like the effects from that. I don't think we see that means it's not what it used to be. Right. I think we just at a different stage. A lot of motherfuckers don't even be marrying. Like, I think sometimes people be surprised. Like, for me personally, I can see my life being married. I can see my life without being married. Yeah. It wouldn't be something that scares me to death or frightens me to death. But I think at a point in time when, back in ages ago and generations ago, a young man saying that nigga might be shook to the core.
So let me ask you saying that so long as you with the woman that you want to be with the rest of your life? Or you just, like, when you say you can be married or not, is it like I can be married and just I'm going through life and figuring out what I'm doing and I'll find whoever? Or is it you can be married, you cannot be married so long as it's the woman that you're going to be with?
Honestly, that's a great question. I feel like I could pull it off either way. Like, if I end up in a situation where I don't have that woman, God forbid, but if I don't end up having that woman of my dreams and I can't even call a shot if I were to get married with her or not, I think that I would survive. Like, it would be something that,
I'm in that same boat in the streets.
Yeah. Like, I think that I'd be okay with it. That's obviously, I'm pretty sure for all three of us speaking, like, we probably don't, but that wouldn't be the preferred.
Of course not preferred, because nobody want to be 46 talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go to the club.
Yeah, I'm saying though, like, nobody wants that, but I feel like we're all on the same mindset. Like, we trust ourselves to be like, if it's like that, I'll pull it out the ground eventually when I'm ready to. So it's like, if I ain't married by the time I'm that, it ain't the end of the world. I'ma still catch mine. Now, for ladies, it's been one for you.
They dried up, bro.
But that, you know what I mean? That Judge Judy do? And it's like, What you may say? No, wait, you know, nigga.
I'm just saying, at that point, like, if you talking in your 40s, and like you talking about like you still single, you know you're not a viable option, especially if you want kids, because you're going to deliver stillborn.
That baby gonna come up like the motherfucker from Scary Movie 2. Yeah! Remember the nigga that
My biggest crying is alive. They're not gonna have a baby.
Yo, you fucked up.
What? What? Yo, we speaking facts over here. Like,
Yo, come on, bro.
But getting back to the topic and shit, like, I mean, for me, bro, like I said,
stop playing twos up.
I just think, I feel as though, just don't choose me. I just feel as though the marriage shit, it's unfortunate that I have to view it that way, but I think just you gotta be realistic. Yeah, you can't.
Reality.
You can't beat around the bush and try to act like, oh, I want, as men we should. Now I know females tend to be like Brandon said, they have their own little, like, you know, the wedding planned out, everything exactly, everything that they want, which I'm not here to tell you that you'll see that through or not, but
now
I would
you
probably bet house money on it then.
But now you 34 and you still got the plans and no dude.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I saw, this might be TMI, but who gives a fuck? I'm not with the bitch anymore. But it was I remember my
this word. He did.
I be throwing it around here, man. But one of my exes, it was like a short term, quick little situation with that. She was 34, and she told me, you know what I'm talking about. And she was talking about how like that was the oldest I've ever dated. And I remember her specifically talking to me about it. She was just like, you know, I plan to have kids, and I would like to have kids. Yeah, about 26, maybe 27. And she like, I would like to have kids, but I understand where I'm at in my life. And she said she told her mom or her family, like, look, like if I got one more year, and if I don't find that, and I'm not able to get in a position to have a kid, I'm gonna adopt. But I have no idea. I haven't kept tabs on the shorty, but I probably betting that she won't. Yeah, you know. But that's the thing. Now in the moment, but see, once again, that accountability shit, because she'll say that, and then now I'm not gonna say it's all her fault. It's why we broke up.
It's her fault. It's okay.
I'm trying to be fair.
I know, but you come on, man.
It was her fault. It was her fault. So you know, but her telling me that and openly having that conversation with me is her understanding that she has to be accountable. I'm getting, like Brandon said, it's getting time. Like right. I gotta make a decision. But then in the same sense, I'm also still do what I want to do and kind of run everything away from me. So what exactly are you choosing here? Yeah. Do you want eternal happiness or eternal failure?
No,
you're teetering on both of it.
The saddest
especially that late life.
The saddest part I see about women that are older in their age but are still single, it's like they'll know they're teetering on like eternal happiness, but it's all about women look at it as like, if he's not doing what I say, I'm going to make this extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Bitch, enjoy the pasture because that's all you're gonna have.
That's all you're gonna continually see.
You can't, I understand that that's a young woman's game to play. I'm gonna make his life hard until you do what I say. And you still ain't gonna break me.
No.
You could never.
There's certain men that you can, but there's certain men, like he just said, you can never.
You can never, but it's like, that's a young woman's game. So it's like, you 21, you 25, you 26, you 27, you can still probably push it. But when you get to 30s and up, and you still trying to make somebody a dude life hard because he's not doing exactly what you want him to do, yo, you need to stop and realize and come down off that 80-story high horse and be like, yo, I'm about to run this man off just because he's not acquiescing to what I want him to do on the dime. That's a man, lady. You can't just make him do what you want. That nigga stand up when he pissed and he got 2 nuts. So it's like, why are we playing these games with grown men? And then you sit around here in your early to mid to late 30s talking about you don't got nobody. I wonder the fuck why.
Right.
Is it rocket? It cannot be rocket science because you do it to yourself.
And that's why I asked you, ladies, how bad do you want the marriage? How bad do you want that type of lifestyle? And that's why I think it's important. I wanted to kind of get, y'all opinion and just where y'all stand with marriage in today's realm, because I feel as though it's a lot different than what our parents grew up with it in. Sometimes when this is one thing that I know for a fact will never occur. Let me tell you one thing that's not going to ever occur. If I ever get married, if God gives me the woman of my dreams and have a God and I get married, one thing we about to not do is, I don't care how much we mad at each other, how much we hate each other, you ain't sleeping in a different room than I am.
No.
And I'm not sleeping on nobody's couch.
Come on, bro.
Cause a lot of motherfuckers, bro, I don't know if y'all run into this, but have you seen or heard? Cause a lot of marriages, they be split in that way. It's almost like they only exist for the sake of their children and their family or the aesthetics, shit like that.
And like I said, I've always been around my parents. I grew up with my parents, and like Brandon said something earlier, he never really seen his parents argue. I've actually seen like my parents argued to the point where my mom would be like, I'm gonna go sleep at my girl's house. And I said to my
I remember the days when I was young at the crib. I remember that too, but
like,
I learned from all of that shit too. Shout out to y'all.
One thing my pop always taught me though, like they argue, yeah, whatever, I'm good, whatever the situation is. My dad talking this shit, I'm telling my mom leave, and I'll just be like, even like 8, 9, I'll be in my room. It don't matter what time it is, 11, 12. My mom for sure is pulling back up. Salute. My pop always made sure, like, you can leave. I done seen my mom pack a whole bag. Like, in my head, I'm like, damn, my mom done left. My pop, like, he go in the room, I can hear him on the phone, like, he taught his game. And she always came back, and they made sure they slept in the same room. The next day, I come downstairs, I'm like, oh, it's tension. They like,
right.
So like you said, like I never ever seen my mom. I seen her leave, but my pops and my mom always made sure like we gonna come back, we gonna sleep in the same bed, and we gonna figure out whatever.
And that type of shit built the foundation for you.
Built like this actually like real love.
But
like,
that's two people who have an understanding. That's two people who have an understanding. It's like something I preach this to women that I talk to. It's like, are you the kind of woman who's gonna be like wake up? Cause like I say this like when I talk to chicks, it's like, aside from cheating and what the fuck is the other one? Domestic violence. Aside from cheating and domestic violence, there's really no reason to leave a relationship. It's if we got time in, if we got real time in. I'm not talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, young people, shit, flings. If we got real time in, wife, life, kids, what the fuck could we possibly leave a relationship for outside of domestic violence and cheating, which ain't acceptable on either side. So it's like, I asked this question, it's like, are you one of those people who could be like, well, I don't know if I love you anymore?
You get a little rough.
Fuck you mean? Like, that's a good way. We're not going to, like, we're two people. Relationships are up and down. They're not always peaches and cream every day. You might feel like you might not love me one day. Yeah. And that's fine. But we're in a relationship, we have a commitment to each other. Fuck if it's a marriage. We're in a relationship. And we have time put in. We can't. So you going to dip when it get rough? When it get, why? Cause it get rough? We having, like, some tension between us? Yo, it's not, nothing's gonna be perfect, so it's like because I think I don't love you no more, so it's like you gonna dip because you think you don't love me no more, whatever the fuck that means. Whatever the fuck you think you don't love me.
You saying that in the moment, man. You're not gonna feel that way in 48 hours.
Yo, fuck that. Let's say you leave me, then it's like, a year later, your life is in shambles, you 41, but we still got 2-3 kids together. What the fuck are you looking at your ceiling even thinking? I left because I fucked up.
That's
I know the fuck that's
and they probably would never admit it because of pride, exactly.
But they go, that's what they thinking.
Bro, that shit just, I always make a point to ask women that I'm taking serious, or I think I could be serious with their stances on that, because like, if you can seriously say, well, I don't think I want this no more, when we're, we have real time and like years and kids and life in the game. I don't even say kids have to be there, but if we have real time and you say that, it's just like, spare me. Let me know you won't be on that type of bullshit waiver early, so I can not deal with you, because like I said, outside of cheating, domestic violence, what the fuck are we getting away from each other for? If we feel like we're making a commitment, because love is a fucking commitment, my nigga. Like we gonna dip on that because of what?
Right.
You're not feeling it today? Bitch!
Better feel it tomorrow.
Man, look.
100%. Look at yo! My nigga, he's on fire! That nigga knocking him down. NBA Jam Day.
Klay Thompson, 16 3/4.
Bro, I'm just saying, I think about that shit because I see the rate in which people get divorced in this country is disgusting and it's alarming.
Extremely.
That's half, bro. It's 360 some million people in this country. No, it's not. 300 million, 600, whatever the fuck it is. A lot of millions of people, hundreds of millions. Either way,
and you still single.
And you divorced if you married half the time. So it's like, what the fuck did you even get married for? Were you solid with that person? Did you
rush
it with that person? Did you rush it?
Like, it's a lot of questions.
Did you overlook the fucking red flags that you saw in the dating process, the talking process, while you were really living with each other? Like, what didn't you look at, bro?
I think I like Brandon Nail.
I'm gonna make sure you're gonna hit me in about 20 minutes. Right now. Just wait for it.
So I'm gonna let that part of the topic. Yeah, I'm gonna let that go. So I'm gonna bring up the next question that I have here, because I think this is something that I'm kind of interested to get your input on and how it's affected you in your life. Like, the next question here is, have you already been with the person that you thought you would spend the rest of your life with?
For me, I thought I did until I met until I got older and met other women. Like, damn. Like, let me say it like this. When I was like, oh, I got my high school sweetheart, I'm gonna be with her the rest of my life.
Right.
When I was 18, 19, it was like, yeah, this my wife. Then when I got older, I met other women that I kind of had same or more feelings for. I was like, I could definitely see I was rushing it. It was premature. Like I was trying to make that decision early, just because, like I said, I grew up. Like for me, marriage for me is like the biggest thing. Like when I get married, it's like, man, it ain't no divorce because I gotta be what my parents seen.
100%.
So I for sure had somewhere I'm like, yeah, shawty it. She took this box, she took this box.
Right, I'm checking out with it.
She checked
the major boxes.
all the major boxes that I felt was the quality that I need for a marriage. Then I got older and I'm like, damn, the same boxes that I thought shawty checked, I met someone that checked these boxes
Even more.
That
shit crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like even more. So I definitely feel like I rushed my process. Like, yeah, that's my wife. You know?
That's my everything, my endo be on.
But it's like, nah, it don't really be like that. I feel like you gotta actually experience a little bit and just don't make that decision too early.
Oh yeah.
100%, I agree. What about you, B?
I would say, cause that's like it's a funny question because I feel like almost everybody would have to say yes. Everybody would ask that because it's like your question was, do you think you've been with the person you thought you were gonna be with forever? Of course, in that moment you thought. A lot of us, fuck it, I think all of us thought we were gonna be with that person forever.
I mean,
if we were in a serious relationship, we're putting time with each other. You think,
bro?
You don't.
I think that might be more of a stretch. I think that's something that a woman could relate to more than a man. I know niggas out here that be in serious relationships with no intent of ever being with that bitch for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
but they just play along.
But at some point, they've never been that before in the past. Ever, they've never been that ever.
Some men are capable of that. I've seen it.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is like, I feel like it's an easy question to say yes to because like. If you're dealing with a woman and it's on some good terms type shit and y'all putting time in each other, I feel like I'm obligated to say that because yes, I did think in previous relationships that I thought the person I was with at the time was going to be the person I was going to be with forever. But you know, things happen, people drift apart, you see things that you kind of didn't really, like you glossed over and then you break up for whatever reason and then you look back on those relationships and be like, well, that was the best decision I could make for myself. And that was the best decision that other person could make for themselves because, like, looking back at it, they weren't solid when I needed them here. They didn't do this. I didn't do this. I fucked up here. I could have did this better. So it's like, I wasn't good for that person or she wasn't that person that was good for me. So it's like, you have to look at those things and be like, yeah, it may have seemed like this person was my everything at the moment, but I think it's more of an out-of-body experience. Once you're no longer in that relationship, it's easier to dissect like, nah, that wasn't the best situation for me. So it's like, I'll answer your question with yes. I thought that I was going to be with the person I was with before, but looking back at it now, I know I made the right decision by no longer being with that person. And I feel like the other person would say the same because it's just like, shit don't work out. And it don't work out sometimes. So it's just like, I can say that I know. Go ahead. I would say that going forward, like I know the person that I'm looking for is still out there. The person that I'm going to have the foundation for the rest of my life is going to bear all of my children.
Exactly.
It's out there somewhere.
Well, I ain't got that one anymore.
I had that, but I no longer had that.
Nah, I can say to go. What you say before I let you cook? Out of all the females that I have been with so serious, I can say I did not think I would marry all of them.
So that's fair to say, no facts.
So to answer that question, it was one like, yeah, I think this wifey, but it was something like, yeah, I'm with you. I like you a lot. I enjoy your company. I like you, but
I just like playing house with you.
You still got some things that I'm like,
some questionable shit going on.
I'm not coming home to this every night, or I ain't getting down this knee for you,
right?
For sure. So when you ask that question, it kind of have me thinking like, yeah, I want to marry every girl that I took serious for sure.
Right, like, and I mean, I think that's kind of like the more obvious point of it, because it's kind of like we all go through stages of life where certain women kind of serve a purpose for you in different aspects. Right. Like you meant to, I think at times in life when you in relationship shit, you meant to come across that one chick that you think your end all be all, even though that's not the end all be all for you at all. You don't know that in that moment. Like you said. Yeah. So then it's kind of like some chicks is just, you might want to see that you got, you think it's a potential there, but then she somehow finds a way to just drop all of it and fuck it all up. Right. So I think for me personally, I could say out of the relationships I've been in, I think that's happened to me twice, where I thought, well, my younger years, my high school sweetheart, I really did think at that point in time when I was a young kid, like, yo, this is I'm checking out with you. We going to homecomings together and everything. Bro. Like, she my everything, yo.
The funny thing
is, this $300 ring at motherfucker Pearson and Pagoda.
The funny thing is about that, you will be in that situation as that young man, that 16, 17, 18, 21-year-old. But you'll think that, but all the adults around you will be like,
oh, see, but again, because let me cook, because I'm about to actually. I love that you brought that up because I remember specifically when I speaking back to my high school sweetheart, my OG, Al, you know what's up, bro? I love you, my nigga. I need to come holler at you for a little bit though. But that nigga, I remember I had copped the ring. Like I said, that was real shit. I feel like $300 at Pearson Pagoda. I'm thinking I'm the man. You know, you spend that type of money. Like, she gonna love me. So right, so then I told Al about it. I remember him sitting me down at work, and he was like, "Well, I mean, like, what you think about that come from?" Like, we was at that point we was together for like 2 years. I'm like, "Well, I know we gonna still be together, but it's just something I want to show her, like a token of appreciation." And he was just like, "Yeah, Jordan, but you like 18, bro, you 19, like this ain't gonna be the end all for you." And I remember I got infuriated. I was like, "Who you talking to, bro? Like, what you mean? It's the love of my life. Like, she my everything. How you gonna say that? I know I'm gonna be with her. She different." Like,
I wasn't even going to say this episode.
I remember I said all of that. He just
I'm telling you, she different.
he put his hands up and was like, "All right, you got it. I'm just here to tell you. Use me as that resource to allow you to let you know, like, I know you in love and you think you in love, right, but you got some shit to figure out, young man." Yeah. And that's the type of stuff where it's good to hear because, I mean, let's be real. In those moments, you're never going to take it for what it is because you don't want to hear that shit. But I had to learn that through experience. And when I was able to learn that through experience, I was then years down the line able to look back like, damn, I do remember when Al said that like 3 years ago. And now look at
it. True. When the last time you thought of Shorty?
Shorty, the one I'm talking about?
Right now? Shit, when we talk about it.
Yeah, I was saying, in that way. But like, that's the thing. It's kind of like I didn't have, I was able to learn from my experiences. And then obviously my last serious relationship, that was the same thing where I thought that was going to be my end all be all. I mean, I was engaged for her, like I was with her in that way. So it's like, it didn't work out. And in that moment, all of that shit seems devastating. But I think because I was able to already go through one stage of that in my life, where I thought like, damn, I got this is my everything, my end all be all, and it fell flat. When I knew that thing was starting to come towards the end in that last relationship, I was like, Jordan, you've been here before, nigga. Like, this ain't something. It's unfortunate, it sucks, but you'll be alright. Right. And then I was able to pick myself up, you know what I'm saying, and go on my little hoe run apparently. So apparently. So no, get back to this shit, y'all. We gonna keep it PG, maybe not. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like we all meant to come across that in life. Every chick that I've dealt with has served her purpose somehow, some way. Even the ones where I was upset that I bust you down. After I got done fucking you, I went, like I said, went to the bathroom. Was like, can't believe I did this shit. Damn, we all here, bro. We all here to serve a purpose in that way. So
ladies, y'all more than me. Y'all might hate me. Y'all might say that I'm the most ancient nigga, but I appreciate it.
There's only like 2 broads out there that will probably say they hate me, bro.
Nah, there's a few that hate me.
For me, I can just say it's like 2.
I don't know if the word hate would come out of their mouth.
I don't think hate either. It's like
strong, but it's
that
like,
nigga Brandon. Fuck that.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of fuck G's in the world. But it's okay because they know they might be like, fuck that nigga. Then the back end is like, she was fun though.
They know I was right. Fuck it. They know I was gonna do.
Like for sure.
The 2 that probably they don't hate me. I know they don't. But the 2 that probably don't think favorably of me, out of all the women that, not all, out of the women that
say it wasn't fun.
You can't say it wasn't fun.
Right. I mean, and leaving those situations, like obviously, like the ones that y'all thought, like this might end all be all. It kind of touches to something that we spoke to previously before, though. But do you think that forced you to assess things a lot differently, like moving on to the next situation?
Critically.
I especially know, because like I think I'm more in tune with the shit that happened with your relationship because I learned so much from it myself. But I saw, like, it's weird when you see a man go through breakups and it's just like, damn, like I kind of went through something similar, but I haven't really been through that to that regard, so I don't know how to advise him. Right. But you see him kind of mold himself through it and go through it where you learn from it as well. Mm-hmm. So I know, like, when shit like that happened with you had to.
Because again, and I spoke on this shit before in past episodes. It's like you gotta give yourself time, man. The time you need to take to heal is different than the next man. Yeah. The next man can do it in a month.
Why the
heels is up.
Yes.
He gonna you gotta take the necessary time for you, however long that may be, to get yourself right, to pick yourself up, to address what you could have did better, and take that on to the next situation, relationship, whatever you have going on with that lady. and just be a better man for whoever you end up being with. Because the worst thing you could do is be the same person in the next relationship. You are a failure. To me, you're a failure if you take nothing from your last relationship. Whether you were the complete reason or whether you weren't. You gotta take something to look at you and be like, I have to change this or I have to work on this. I could be better somewhere.
Look,
if you're a good coach, you can always point out to one of your players. Yo, LeBron got a coach out there right now. It's like, yo, you can work on this part of your game. Steph Curry, you can work on this part of your game. You're not perfect.
You.
Yeah, you can't do that shit. Sharpen your tools. And I think, especially when you lead them situations where it was like, oh, this is my end all be all, and that don't work out. I feel like if anything, that forces you to assess things differently to the maximum, because it's like, all right, I was really wrong. Like Mike, you said, you was like, damn, when I first was linked up with Shorty in that way, she was checking off boxes and things. I'm like, damn, she amazing. Like, this really gonna be my end all be all. Then as you got older, you matured as a young man, you started dealing with these other chicks. Like, they added a couple more checks all in the box.
That I wasn't even, at that time, I wasn't even looking for it.
Right.
They kind of brought to the table like, shit, as a woman, you kind of need this. You want to be able to see this. You want to be able to see that. So I had to be like, damn, I do kind of got to broaden my horizon. Like, I got this tunnel vision of what a female is supposed to do, what I want. But as I see some shit, I kind of do like this a little bit more. I like a female that do this. So y'all definitely had to sit down and look at myself like, if I keep with this tunnel vision, I'm gonna just be at the same little stronghold with all these females, and I'm gonna be like, shit, I'm gonna just keep getting players. When it's really like, you might actually can have something if you just kind of open up what the fuck you
open her horizon. Like you said, not be so narrow-minded.
Not be so narrow-minded, for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, getting into this next question, because I actually have an interesting take on this, but I kind of want to get your opinion on this shit. Do you actually believe in true love, though?
I don't believe in love at first sight. I think that's bullshit. I think true love is something you can work up to. I think that's something that with sustained time and shared experiences that can be attained. It takes a while. True love don't happen in 30 days. I don't think true love happens in a year. I think it takes time. I think you have to really go through shit. I think your love and your relationship has to be tested. Not in that nigga be my ass by mistake. That's not testing your love.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not your girl cheating on you. Like, nah, I'm gonna make it work though. That's not testing your love. That's you being a fucking clown.
Yes.
Not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like true love to me, and this is my opinion. So it's like true love is something that it has to happen over years, bro. You get to that, like that's the final evolution of your relationship where you have self-actualization. You and your partner. It's just like, we here now. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've gone through shit, we've been tried, tested, and we still remain.
Like
so that's true love. To me, that's not something that's just like, all right, 6 months from now, true love. No, that's like, you gotta really put time in and really go through shit. Like, that shit where it's like we were just talking about, not every day gonna be perfect. You got a lot of those. You're gonna have to realize a lot of those and be like, yo, through all this bullshit, do I still gonna be with you though?
I also see how it makes sense for you to put the time capsule on it as well, because let's be real, I forgot how I always kind of changed my idea and like my outlook as to what the honeymoon stage is. But I do feel as though the honeymoon stage in an actual relationship, y'all really don't have each other. It's hard to put a time on it, but I'm saying 6 months to a year is, in my personal opinion. Like, not saying that y'all can't go through your trials and tribulations within that time frame, but you're going to see as time progresses after that point, I think you're going to see a lot more things, because that person becomes such a staple in your life with all that time already there. You kind of know, okay, like, I'm going to see some shit that I haven't really been seeing because I'm dealing with them every single day. Right. So I feel as though, that's why I said I can kind of understand and relate with you when you throw that time capsule on it, because it's like, you really don't know if you are considered to be in true love a few months in. Yeah. It might feel amazing.
You have a shared connection where it's like, I really like her, she really likes me, we love each other. Right. You can get there. Love, that can happen, relatively quickly. But like you're saying, that true love shit is different. I don't think true love happens that early, bro. It don't.
That's fair.
My mom probably said this like 2 days ago. It's crazy to act this. My mom probably said this like 2 days ago. She was just in the crib, and one of her friends was trying to just get advice from my mom. Like, yeah, I kind of met a guy, and we trying to just get advice from my mom. My mom was like, shit, she been in this game for like 26, 27 years. She was talking about like, you gotta be seasoned to really be like, it's really true love. You gotta be said, you gotta go through the shit you go through. You gotta have your ups, you gotta have your downs.
Try to fire.
You gotta go through all that to understand, because you really not gonna know how much you care or how much you love someone until you really go through. You see them at their highs and their lows.
Right.
Because you might be like, yeah, I love him, but you only just see that person at their best.
Yeah, facts, bro. That's facts
You
because
only
like
see somebody at their best. Or you be like, yeah, I love them. Then when they down, when they really not having the best day, it's like, damn, this really not the person that I thought you were.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then, like you said, being able to see the different facets of that person's life and how they interact, and then you being able to feel comfortable with that and still accept it, then I can see how you angle yourself more towards the idea of true love because you putting yourself in that position. I feel like, for me, bro, it's like really weird because I think true love exists, and obviously I think it's something that we can find. I mean, like y'all just spoke to your parents that 20 years into the game, 20 years plus into the game, like you're not telling me that's not true love.
Right.
So I do believe that it does actually exist, but I will see. I feel as though when it comes to the idea of true love and soulmates, I do think to a degree that we really have them seated all around the world. I think
you say that.
because, bro, I live in Wilmington, Delaware. I spent the majority of my life in a small ass state.
Right.
I knew obviously that there were other areas of life, different facets of life that I may not ever be able to experience, but it's such a broad horizon that I can't touch on everything. How do I believe in my hearts of hearts that God just happened to drop the love of my life, quote unquote, and the only person I'm ever supposed to be with within a 20-mile radius of me?
I have a perfect retort for that because like I've always thought that. I've always thought as a kid, I'm like, how the fuck you mean to tell me like that the bitch I married is like in the same fucking state as me? And I always thought that it's like, and now that I'm older, I rationalize it like, yeah, I can experience true love. I can experience true love with a lot of different chicks. I don't believe it's one soulmate on this planet for me. There are probably several, but I'll experience that with one person. Bro, she's somewhere in Brazil. She's somewhere in Africa. She's somewhere in Australia. My soulmate.
I went to Japan.
Bro, your soulmate can be anywhere on this planet. Anywhere, and it's all a matter of proximity. So you only know what you see. You only know what you're around and what you're allowed to experience. So it's like, if you was living in fucking Guam, your soulmate might be there. But you're not. You live in Wilmington, Delaware, bro. So it's like, it's what you're allowed. So
if I was in Kenya right now, I probably have one in Kenya. I'm like, you dumb it,
you stupid as shit. No,
that's what you gonna see, bro.
So it's like, I don't think you're not wrong for thinking that, but don't be like, all right, so my only soulmate's in a 20-mile radius. Nah, that's just because you exploring your 20-mile radius. Go 500 miles out. Go to another country. Go to another continent. You can find that there if you're looking for it. So like I'm saying is your true love could be anywhere. There are multiple true loves out there for you. It's just which one you choose to spend time with. You choose to spend time with the one in your 20-mile radius.
I agree with you saying 100% because I think, but that's the thing. I think as we grow older and from like, younger ages to like, adult age, you are conditioned to believe that like, oh, this is my end all be all when you come across that woman. Not saying that you shouldn't look at it that way. Right. When you get married, obviously, I agree. I think all three of us have the same outlook. When I'm married, look, we together forever. We ain't going nowhere.
I wish you would.
I'm not trying to be insensitive. I wish you would.
I wish you would try to leave.
Listen,
we gonna die together.
Chris Benoit?
Man,
listen. I'm gonna say it like this. Future wife, if I get down on a knee and you come play with me, I'm gonna go to jail.
Man, look.
I don't
want to call to a couple people in history that have been negative staples of love, but I understand.
You come play with me after I get on my knee.
We gonna work.
I'm gonna say it again. You come playing with me after I get on my knee.
And the funny thing is,
I'm gonna go to jail.
It's somebody being stupid out there thinking that you say, "Oh my God, you being excessive, you glorify domestic." Nobody's saying that. But what we are all, I think, getting at is like, yo, don't think that it's like okay to just be in a relationship with somebody and then just dip when they get hard. We gonna work through this shit.
Bro.
We're not going to quit just because you don't like me today.
A marriage, a relationship.
Go ahead.
With a relationship though. I just say it just to clean up your words. Because I want them to be like, well, do you think that would let you get married? But like you said, you don't say marriage. With a marriage, we gonna work this out. Now, we in a relationship and you feel like that, you finna just dip, that's cool.
That's cool, but if we got that time to be working to a marriage or what we have could be a marriage. Let's just say I'm 10 years in with a bro, we ain't been married yet. This is a marriage, bitch. Like, we ain't even about to play these type of games. We 10 years in, and we not about to, we not married.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. And even though, like I said, in my situation, situation, because that kind of connects to me in a way, because I was obviously with my ex for 4
Got my
years,
kids?
and I was engaged. I ain't got no kids.
I'm saying if she got my kids, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a whole other story as well. But in that scenario with Shorty, like, it was things that showcased that is at the end of the relationship that allowed me to realize, and probably her now that she looks back on it as well, maybe not in the moment because it obviously wasn't mutual when I decided that, but it was like, I knew for a fact, like, if I marry you if I marry you in the way in which I thought I was going to when this first all occurred, it's not going to work out. I was starting to see things that would let me know ahead of time, prematurely, like, you can do this. I understand. Like you said, Brandon said, we bro 4 years in. It was hard sitting there thinking about this shit. Like, damn, like, I spent all this time with her, this one person. She know me in and out. Like, how could I leave this situation? But I had to do what was right for me and her. Even though I know she did not see that shit in the moment.
Right.
Because she had somebody out there that fit her way better than I did as well. But I'm not going to allow my expectations of myself and, like, the idea of fear of failure, so to say, to stop me from making the right decision, even if it is a tough decision to make. So that's why I will say.
I'll give you that. But it's just I have to know the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is our issue? What the fuck is our issue?
It's because you just woke up one day, you was just having a bad day, like some shit that's fixing.
And now you stewing on that.
Now it's like now it's just
That's
dawning
wild.
on us. That's I agree with you.
If you really just to the point where you feel like you need to disrespect me or you don't give a fuck about our relationship and you blatantly showing me that, go ahead, go with the wind blow. You are free to leave. But if it's just like that, I'm saying, if it's some shit where it's like we having a misunderstanding, we just not meeting, we just not clicking on some shit,
Right.
That shit we can get over and shit we can work around. And
You're
shit
not
we
always
can
gonna
do.
agree with anything.
Fam,
We disagree. So I know with my lady, I'm gonna
we still manage to come here every week and talk
niggas.
this shit though. So it's like if I'm with my bro and the chick I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life, if we're having subtle disagreements, even if we're having major disagreements, we can work through that. But if it gets to the point where you don't give a fuck about me no more, I can't change that. You don't give a fuck about me no more, you don't give a fuck how I feel, go ahead, leave. Whether we marry or relationship. But it's like, other than that, yo, we gonna make this work. But my thing is, it's the culture. And I don't want to say it's generational, it's the culture that we in now. It's just like quit on it because it's
a mindset. The mindset is toxic.
It is though. It is toxic, bro. It's destroying people at this point in time. It's like we keep going back to it, but it's 50% of people get divorced, bro. It's like, and we standing on that. We happy about that. Like you happy to tell motherfuckers, oh, I left him, fuck him, did that. Like, what did you even leave him for?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? You can't even tell me with a straight face it was something viable.
And but once again, I think, like you said, I do think that a lot of that comes with the societal norms play into people's lives in ways that they should not. And that's why I remember on the last episode, because I remember I was actually listening back to that today, and it was like y'all spoke about, because I think I'm at war with the idea of perception. Y'all know how I feel about that. I hate it. But what you said, Mike, is true. It was like, at the end of the day, people are always going to care for what other people think. They're going to take that into consideration in moments of life in which they should not. It should be a call that only you and you only make. But you get so concerned about the societal norms of what's going on, so things go wrong. Like Brandon said, we in that quit nature. If it ain't exactly what I want when I want it, shit, I'm liable to quit. And why would I want to deal with a bitch like that?
Bro, I've had to check myself on that before, where it's just like I was in a situation or dealing with somebody. It's like I don't like that. I'm gone. Not that I went through with it, but it's like you sit there, you think, and it's like I have to catch myself. It's like that shit ain't right to do. That shit's not cool. You don't do that to somebody.
You're not ever
accountability.
You're not ever going to find somewhere where it's just like everything perfect.
Nope.
Now again, we're not saying stick through shit that's something you don't.
I can't grab all 7 Dragon Balls and wish for the perfect bitch.
Yeah,
I wish I could, but I can't. So I gotta deal with the rest of y'all.
We're not saying if it's something that you disagree with, as far as it's the big things, of course, cheating, like you said, domestic violence, where you should always leave.
Of course.
But if it's something like you said, you wake up, you like, we had an argument about dinner or whatever. I don't fuck with this nigga no more. Like, you never gonna meet somebody where y'all don't argue over dinner,
and that's
whatever it is,
bro. And that's the type of shit that drives a wedge in marriages, bro.
all the time. And it's funny because I think the episode where y'all was like, bro, you gonna have to at one time. When I was like, shit, I'm just not gonna give a fuck. And you feel me? It's something I gotta say because I can't be up here like, yeah, you can't just quit. And then I was up here like, well, I just gonna give a fuck. You gonna have to, you got to. So you definitely got to. I definitely had to go home like, man, fucking me. And then you sit in your room like, well, shit. Oh, them niggas is kind of right.
But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna hold my homies accountable just as much as I'm gonna hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
In that moment, you were speaking your truths and what you felt, but it's like I also want to be that point of resource to let you know. Alright, I've experienced things where I was closer to the idea of marriage or a serious relationship or whatever have you than you might have been in your life.
Right.
I can let it be known. That's some shit that was occurring every day in my life. Let me explain that to you. But that's the thing about us, bro. And I hate coming up here and making it seem like I'm just on the train of being like, yeah, we the best niggas on the planet, y'all. Like, I don't like doing that. But I speak to it because it's just like I wish that a lot of men had a similar mindset of us, because I do think that men play not as much of a part in failures of relationship, but they can. I think if men handle shit just a tad bit different, if they were a bit more accountable, if they didn't really follow in the terms of fuck nigga like a lot of them niggas do the societal norm thing, which is to be a fuck nigga, it would allow for healthier relationships, longer lasting relationships. Because like that whole preach that Brandon just went on, that's him being like, best believe, like you said, if I get on one knee and you come to play, I'm not that type of nigga. Don't take me as that. I really seriously consider everything that I possibly could if I got on one knee for you, mom. And I want you to be accepting of that, and I'm never leaving this.
Because it's so many times where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna wipe her. So I'm not even playing with you like that. So that's why I say, don't come play with me. If I get on the knee, I've already been through all these scenarios.
Yes.
What we could
and still chose
what
you.
happened, and I'm still like, yeah, she the one. Don't come play with me. I'ma really be tight.
Yeah.
That'll probably be the only time marriage is probably the only time where now if we're in a relationship and we got some time in and we fall off, I ain't just gonna be like, I'm good the next day. You go through what you go through.
Yeah.
But as a marriage, and I feel like y'all both agree with this, if we decide to get on the knee with somebody and it's like, yeah, it's not working out, we should get a divorce, cause no. We're not doing that.
Not doing that at all.
We can fix this.
Right. And we going to. Regardless. If we already in that commitment, it's not going nowhere. So I do want to ask y'all another question. Because I think this is also another thing that tears these relationships up. I think it's, I forgot exactly what the legal term for it is. But how do you feel as though people should go about their sex lives and keeping them fresh within a marriage? Because I do think that that's probably one of the main factors. One of the main factors.
No, you tough it out.
It's funny because I'm gonna give my piece about it, but I was seeing one of the sister girls, the twins.
Oh, I love you. I love that you're bringing this up. Go ahead.
Twins. She was like, yeah, we married and we busy, so you see my voice. This how she sounds. She fucking pissed me off. She was like, yeah, we set like an appointment
once a fucking week.
When we gonna have sex once a week.
We book it
like it's a hotel.
I'm getting pussy 4 times out the month.
Like,
and I will cheat on you.
So me, I put my calendar out like, let me just do my birthday month. We gonna fuck on Thursday. Alright. And then on Wednesday, the next week.
Oh, what?
Like, just imagine, like, you wake up. But then with me, I would be pissed if my wife came to me like that. I feel like you say, the sex in the marriage is bad important, but I don't think it should ever change. I mean, I don't know what my folks get into, but how my pops talk his game, he's still getting his off.
Bro.
And my pops, 50-something, he's still getting his game off. So that let me know, like, sex is definitely an important part of marriage. Now, it's not like, yeah, just drop those drugs for me every night, girl.
Right, and that's not realistic. I can't get a bitch to do that if you just my girl.
You know what I'm saying? But
emotions play a part of it.
We definitely not doing this Tia Tamara once a week.
She really said it that she was supposed to get brownie points for that.
I feel so bad. And the first thing I thought when she said it, I'm like, that nigga gotta be cheating.
One, he's cheating, or 2, he's just a flat out beta man. How the fuck you gonna dictate what the fuck going on? Like, that's
he's not happy.
That's fact. So it's like, at the end of the day, you a beta male, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, we need to have an understanding of what we can't have any spontaneous sex.
I can't come home from work, you cooking eggs, you cooking dinner, I just like the video.
Word, I'm like, babe,
hold on, this is Thursday.
Slide them Dino Nuggets in real quick. Tell the kids to go watch SpongeBob real quick. Give me 10 minutes.
You feel me? Like,
it goes up and down.
like, you imagine you come home and or imagine the time, it's that time, it's a Thursday, you had a little day at work, you really not in the mood to just,
Bro.
and she in the bed like, it's Thursday.
That was the point that a lot of people I was seeing on social media was making. Is like, bro, life is a bunch of unknown variables. I don't know how I'm gonna feel on Thursday. We booked for sex.
Nigga, we got PTA meetings on Tuesday, bitch.
Like, I may not. Thursday might come and I might have had the worst day of my life. But now it's like, shit, it's 4:30. I gotta go fuck my wife. Like, how does that sound,
bro?
How unhealthy is that?
Again, that's some oblivious celebrity shit. She talking about we working and then. Why I ain't seen that bitch in shit lately? Fuck is you doing?
I see her on that weekend show. Nah,
you ain't seen her in shit. So I'm just like perplexed when somebody say that. I wish a bitch would. Like you're not gonna be happy. We're not gonna be happy doing that. Why we playing ourselves? And then like, homie, you whack because you like going with that shit. You need to put your foot down and be like, look, this shit gotta go. There's no room for us being spontaneous in a relationship.
That shit is crazy.
I blame him and his partners. I wish I would come back to my niggas like, yo, what's up, y'all? We kick me, and I'm like, yeah, me and my wife, she just got the little appointment when we fuck. Y'all gonna be like,
I'm gonna judge the shit out of you.
Like, bro,
and let it be known on top of that. And also like you also said, B, it's like, yo, that's another thing, because I've heard different ranges of numbers as to how, with a healthy marriage, relationship, whatever it may be, long-term relationship, marriage, like, certain amount of times a week that you feel as though you should have sex. I'm gonna just speak to, because I can only speak to how, like I said, at one point in time I was close to the idea of marriage. Mm-hmm. I feel like, well, sometimes it wasn't the greatest. Like it took a toll towards the end. I'm gonna just be real though. But that was towards the end where we just knew, I knew at least, that it was gonna come to a split.
Right.
But when things were really good for us, bro, that was happening at least like 4 times a week.
But bro, my thing is, that shit is robotic what she's talking about, because it's like, how the fuck, that's to be gauged between us. There is no magical number as to many times you're supposed to fuck your wife a week, but you know the sexual energy of your woman and she's supposed to know your sexual energy. So it's like, when we together, you know your girl, she know you, dog. You don't know when y'all about to get it cracked. You know when she's happy, she's in the mood. So it's not like we robotic and it's like Tuesday, next Friday. So that shit is not realistic, bro.
Clock in, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. It's not realistic for that to go down like that, bro. So for somebody to say we have sex once a week here, scheduled, that's just not real. And you're not allowing yourself to explore each other in that regard. You're not allowing yourself to be, one entity, which sex should allow y'all to be.
Right.
Like on a metaphysical level. So it's like, what? Bro, that's some bullshit. I ain't even trying to gauge that, because that's stupid, bro. You better say we have time to have sex.
My thing is like, when I was the female that I dealt with in Texas, we were kind of far from each other. She was not in Austin with me. So we would go probably a week, maybe 2 weeks not seeing each other. Then I go out there for a weekend, she come in for a weekend. So it was, with me, it was like, all right, when she come, we gonna do what we have to do at least 3-4 times.
Yes, as you should.
We gonna go at least 3-4 times, but like you said, we knew each other's bodies, the energy. All right, shit, we might go out. You trying to go to the car real quick? I'll be back, bro. She a little drunk. I'm gonna go make
keep that shit alive.
So I couldn't even fathom. Like, we laying down and I rolled over and she like, wait, we ain't got an appointment yet.
What you mean?
Like, what?
So it's like, I can't do it. You gonna tell me you never spontaneously gonna roll over, shorty, on a late night and hit me with the hip check, like, what's happening?
Bro,
I can never
do that. That's insanity, my nigga.
Like, again, B, you don't really like this bag. Me and Jordan can speak on it. I love to eat my. You feel me? I'm a bitch.
That's my shorty like that. I'm killing y'all for doing that off the randos, nigga. Don't do that. I'm killing y'all for don't do that. Day number 1, and we at my crib, and I'm doing donut season. Donut season. No, nigga, I don't do it like that. But with my wife, I would love to be on that type time with my wife. But y'all niggas was talking about, we coming back from Aldi, let's just make this bitch. Yeah. Like, no, bro. Y'all faces gonna be looking like sauce.
but that's why, honestly, bro, I do think because like I said, that type of shit, when you're not having a healthy sex life in a relationship, when you said that shit, that's heavy, nah. When you're not having a healthy sexual lifestyle with your girl, it's gonna be tension. You're gonna lose a connection. It might be slowly but surely, but it's gonna seep through whatever hole y'all created, and then you gonna not have sex at all at times. It's like, bro, you gotta do things to keep that situation fresh. And I'm telling you right now, ladies, take it at a approach. Now I know, like Brandon said, this is some more celebrity like bullshit that you're not gonna see on a normal occasion. But let's be real. With some of y'all situations, when y'all get comfortable with the nigga, y'all got a year or whatever in it, y'all are married in them type of situations, y'all let the foot off the gas pedal a bit when it comes to the idea of being assertive with sex. Mm-hmm. I know that for a fact. Now, fellas, it's like Brandon always says, it's enough to hunt. That feeling, I find it extremely odd when the nigga tell me that feeling goes away. Unless you're of age and you old as fuck and you don't got no control. I think you've been in that shit.
I'm about 56. They just had their anniversary in February. I'm at work. I'm like, Pop, y'all need to tell me, like, man, what you need to do? Just stay up. I'm like, oh, what?
He said, just stay up.
We finna have all those. We finna go out. We going to the hotel vibes. So I never let somebody tell me like, yeah, I got a little older. I kind of lost my drive.
What that don't even make sense. I'm gonna be.
But some niggas may not be able to get it popping.
They make pills for that.
Man, this shit.
What y'all niggas talking about?
How my man work, I don't never think he'd be more excited.
But I'm saying,
show me a titty. I think I might be alright.
Bro, that's a fact. But when I'm 60, if shit like that, my plumbing ain't working like that, I'm hitting the pills up, nigga. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, oh, the sex drive goes away when you're old.
It ain't no shame in my game. I'm 60.
I'm going to the store. I'm picking a Viagra. I'll be home in 30.
You 100% right. I think all three of us agree with that. But I'm speaking. I gotta speak to the general public.
We gotta remember, B. We are not the dominant. We the lesser, bro.
It's the way
I understand that, but I just can't fathom that. I'm gonna be an old nigga not fucking.
But it happens in relationships. I mean, put it like this. Like I just said, I started this topic off because they always, bro. I lose my mind when motherfuckers be telling me they don't sleep in the same bed as they wife. I be like, how and why? Nigga, that is about as poisonous as.
You don't be laying like spooned up, cupping the tip.
Bro, I love it. What I said in one of the episodes, I love to be cuddled.
I don't cuddle. I like being a little spoon. I like to be the nigga.
Every now and then. Every now and then.
I want to say, don't each other.
No, I fucks with that. But I gotta fuck with you for that. That ain't for the hoes. See, y'all do shit with the hoes. Y'all be doing that wild shit with the hoes, bro. Y'all be letting these bitches cold you and all that.
I already told y'all, I know one way. The best. Like, I love you. And I do all that and then leave. Like,
I have no concern.
Never be called you again.
Exactly. Because bro, it's something about, I think everybody's different with that, but for me, when my sexual appetite is rising in that way, I don't care if you are just a slob. I see why you saying you like, nah, man, you not doing that.
No, I was saying that I'm not being held by bitches and slugs.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to be held. The bitch that stop sliding through. Heard the benefits that ones I don't care. When I'm fucking, yo, hold me.
I'm disgusted.
I said that to bitches. I said that to bitches I don't want to be with. Hold me.
I'm trying, like, as I've grown in my sexual like exploration with bras, they just be telling me more and more disrespectful shit that they like done to them, and I'm happy to oblige because that's like, you're not even a person to me. You just some shit I get to do shit to. So it's like, because you said so. So it's like, all right, bitch.
So, fellas. To end that topic goes, I think, he gave some good advice. He spoke to some things, personal experiences in life. You know what I mean? Our parents, like y'all learn from your parents, I learn from our people. So I want to switch the topic to something that we all do not like and we all do not partake in.
You said that without an inflection.
So, ladies and gentlemen, cheating. Ooh, you in trouble. What you doing? Why you cheating?
I'll be the bitch ass.
So I'm gonna start this question off with. I'm gonna start this topic off with a question that I'm almost certain I could like bet money on the answers in which you're about to provide. Would you ever see yourself in any scenario in life continuing to be with a chick that cheated on you?
No.
9 yet. No.
Fellas, elaborate.
No. How you say no in other sentences?
I don't.
9.
All that shit. But it's like, no. I'm disrespecting myself. You cheat on me, you're for the game. Thank you for letting me know who you are.
I'm gonna pass you to the homies.
I ain't going. If the homies can get her, get her. But like, bro, if you cheat on me, enjoy your existence on this planet. Because it will not be with me ever again. I don't there's nothing, absolutely nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do to come back into my life and get graces in my favor. You've cheated on me. You've been smutted out for the world. I don't care if it was one time with one motherfucker. I don't care. Every piece of
the
dirt.
justification of that shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Just asking my
I'm
just saying. I don't give.
This is my thing.
I want you to rationalize cheating. I want you to. I want you to rationalize cheating on me.
Before you even came across me, I think I am the shit. I think,
smell the kind of nigga I was.
You feel me? I think I'm the most poppin'est thing in the world. So, the minute we in a relationship and you step out on me, that's the utmost disrespect. The utmost disrespect.
You might as well spit in my face.
And take my food.
What is y'all like? What?
Yeah, y'all just, I think I'll be retweeting that on Twitter and like sharing it on your Instagram story as a joke. I be like, I dare you. I remember one time, boy, I gotta get this off because I'm happy you might say that. Cause I remember I was so fucking mad when this happened. One of my last ex, it was like a quick little short term situation.
Why you gotta keep prefacing it?
Because I got like a real ex, and I have to say ex because I was in a relationship with this person, but I don't really do it that way. But I remember we went to fucking Chick-fil-A, bro, and I got a whole 12-piece nugget meal, you know, the fried, the nugget, the drink, and then she just got the fries. That's all she wanted. She wasn't really that hungry. So
you asked her.
Yeah. So we leave the driveway. I mean, we did a drive-through.
You was in your house.
Yeah, crib. Goddamn, man, you looking good.
I see that next time.
So we leave the drive-through. We go to the crib, and I wanted to shower before I eat. So I was like, yo, just leave that shit there. Like, I'm about to come in my shower, I'll come back and eat it. So I come out, and she was like,
This nigga drove like, let me flip into something more comfortable.
Let me freshen up. Let me freshen up.
So I get out the shower, and she laughing. What the fuck am I laughing at? Yeah, what is so funny? She's like, don't be mad at me. I'm like, yo, what did you do, bro? Well, they didn't have my side order of fries. It was only one fry in there, so I ate it. I was like, so you about to go back to get the other juice? Yeah. And she was like, what you mean? I'm like, yo, I want to enjoy my bitch. Like, I left the nuggets. I didn't eat one of the nuggets, so you can have the nuggets. I said, I understand, but the meal come with the nugget, the fried.
I would have ordered the nugget.
That nigga just put his Mac down. I don't know if y'all caught that. Did she go though?
She did. It was one of them situations. She was like, oh my God, I'll go if it's that big of a deal. Like, you can tell. She was like, I know I'm wrong, I'll go, but I really don't want to go.
Don't try to preface it like I'm wildin'. Go get my shit.
Yeah, like, you know you did some bullshit.
So, get back, go ahead, buddy.
Getting back to if you cheat on me, I think it's a dub.
You think?
I think it's. I mean, when I say I think, it's not like we no partner on it. It's like this what it is.
Oh, why?
Man, are you sure? You better be 100% sure. You better know, nigga.
I know it's a dub. Let me change my words.
So, my brother, I already know your answer, but elaborate for the public, for our viewership. I think they would like to hear your opinions on this shit.
If she cheats on me, what I'm doing?
Do you ever see in any scenarios in life?
None. It's
no,
not a
bro.
scenario.
If you cheat on me,
I don't care if I die.
You've disrespected me. You showed
If I'm on my deathbed and they bring me back to life, and then she like, oh baby, I won't be like, well bitch, you better stay.
Yo, they can do that at that point.
No,
I was just gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna kill you, then I'm gonna serve life, and then I'm gonna come right back. Bitch, don't play with me. Go, yo, if you gonna cheat, my thing is, how I rationalize it, if you feel like you need to cheat, just leave. I can stomach that. Please just leave me. I can deal with that. I can pick up the piece of my life and move forward. Now I can do is pick up the piece of my life and move forward if you cheat on me, but bitch, please don't. Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Are you not decent? Like, and I want you to think you want to cheat on me, and I'm gonna continue to.
And be like, oh, I
you might not exist on this planet after that.
You might. What did you say?
Look at me. They look at the camera. They look at the camera. They look at me. They look at the camera. I'm not playing with you, bitch. Don't cheat on me, dog. Leave, please. Save your mama the heartbreak.
Yeah.
What you gonna say, Mike?
What B said something that's perfect right now. You might as well turn into the guard warrior when the sunlight hits you. You might as well turn this free.
Dog.
I'm not even seeing you.
What are you now? You're a person? No, you're not.
Or you now it's you for the homies.
I don't know why you keep saying you for the homies.
You be ready to Steve Nash everything.
Bro, it's like,
turn into John Stockton.
You do me wrong. I'm like, shit,
bro, like I understand. Like I understand and you casting it back, but you like, here go, nigga.
Yeah, I want my nigga.
I'm like,
I get bro, just throw her back into the street.
Nah, bro, you ain't going to the street. We just gonna pass you around.
So I would say, for me personally, obviously, y'all know where I stand. I agree 100%. I don't tolerate that shit. I wouldn't want to do that to you, so I would expect you to not do that to me. Now, I will say, like you said, bro, I remember we talked about it. I don't know if you ever spoke to her about it too much, but like, remember you said there was chicks that like, it was one chick you said that she tried to she spoke and was honest about cheating, but she tried to justify her cheating. And anytime anybody does that, I think that's fair.
The funny thing was, we was talking, dog, and then she was a cool chick. She was attractive, mildly. So it's like, we was talking, and then she told me about, I think I just asked her, have you ever cheated before? And she was like, yeah, that didn't throw my antennas off. I was like, you know, shit happened.
Yeah.
But she kept trying to justify it.
That's
and the
when
justification, I was just like, damn,
that's
cool.
guilt.
And shit, I'm not gonna say cheating happens like it's a regular thing. I mean, but shit, it is a regular thing.
I mean, nowadays it is.
It is, but I'm not like, if that's your past, that's your past. But like, excuse me, I was looking at it like, okay, you cheated. We can continue our conversation and get to know each other. But then it's just like, well, you have to understand, I was in college and he was being accusatory and I was already like kind of.
So he was right.
He was right, you bird ass bitch. Like, why are you trying to act like there's a catalyst for any real reason as to why you cheated other than you being a piece of shit? Cause that's what you are, dog.
Bro, and that's when you told me that, like, cause you said you asked the question and she answered it directly.
Yo, we got off the phone, not after that. We talked for maybe about another 30 minutes. The next day, she hit me and was like, I don't know, I just felt like the conversation ended weird yesterday and I just want to know we're going to talk later.
It
Like,
ended weird because of you, man.
you fucked it up, bitch.
You
The
said it too much.
Bro, like, no, I want be honest with me. Always be honest with me. Like,
Well, I say that because I'm only saying that because in that moment, like you just said, you asked the question. She initially directly answered you by simply saying, "Yeah, I did," and he was okay. It's cool, I understand. But then she just started openly giving more information and trying to justify what she did.
But I want that.
You want it, but it showed to me personally that showcases as a guilt trip. That's you being like, well, let me just say all this shit so that he won't take it as bad as it might sound.
But I was gonna, my follow up, whatever she said, I was gonna follow up like, well, why'd you do that? Why you feel like you did that?
There's
no reason would have been good, but I want to see if you're gonna justify it.
Right.
Only acceptable answer was, I was being a piece of shit. Why? That's some fucked up shit I can't condone. I fucked up. I can accept all those answers from you, but when you try to justify why you cheated on somebody, you have nothing and you're a piece of shit.
I don't care. You drunk. I don't
You better not get that off on me. So now I'm like, okay, so you can't go nowhere with your girlfriend's drunk then.
Yeah, all that. We got no, the fuck you not. No, the fuck
So
you not.
don't say shit like that to me. I'm gonna take a whole element out of your life that you don't want to take out.
Now you can't drink ever. You better bring water. You better have a water.
Bitch, you better have a Kool-Aid jam on you at all times.
You feel me? Like, come on. I have a breathalyzer as soon as you walk in the door.
Bitches don't be wanting to do. They understand that that's not the right thing to do. So I will ask the next question here, fellas. Do y'all feel as though there's truly a difference between a man cheating in a relationship and a female cheating in a relationship? Give me your honest opinion.
No, fuck no. I hate people and niggas that try to be like, niggas, females cheat better than niggas. Niggas get caught. No, that shit is dumb. All y'all motherfuckers is cheaters, cause it's dumbass niggas that cheat and get caught. It's stupid ass females that cheat and get caught.
That's
It's
real,
sly ass niggas that cheat all the time and never get caught. And it's sly ass
people,
females
that's
that
it.
cheat.
Yo,
And none of that shit is good.
Bro,
if you cheating, that shit is wrong. So I don't ever justify like. And even on the other hand, I hate all these dumbass females who insecure and don't love themselves.
bitches. Alright, well,
You thought about it, but I just said it was like, no.
I hate these insecure, non-loving yourself ass females that let these weak ass dumb niggas cheat on them. And my bad, baby. It was this, and I was drunk. I ain't mean to. I asked.
What if a nigga just like you fucked up, bro?
Oh,
So, bro, let me ask you this before I answer my own question that Jordan had. Just listen. If you cheated, would you hope that your girl takes you back?
no.
You wouldn't hope.
If I cheat and I run my game to try to get back because I love her, yeah. But if she don't take me back, I'm not.
But that's not answering my question. I said, would you hope that?
Me personally?
Would you hope? Yeah.
Yeah. The fuck?
Okay.
It's a lot of shit that if I do wrong, I hope.
Of course, but that's what I'm asking.
But my thing is,
I ain't trying.
if she, but this is the thing though, I must say, if I cheat or I do some bullshit, and she take me back, now I know I got you. Stupid. I'm gonna run.
That's true.
It's a solid. Why are they dumb?
Let's get back to that chameleon shit that we was discussing the other
You
day.
know me,
I'm
but
at the wall now.
but the thing I hate these females that these niggas cheat, cause you see it all the time now. Like that shit is the norm. Celebrities, regulars, everybody.
Yes, and y'all live by that shit.
Niggas cheat and
Oh my God, girl, Cardi took all
And you know what they say?
love forever.
You know what they say? It's love. Love goes through some rough times. Bitch cheating ain't tough times.
That's disrespect. That's disrespect.
He don't love you.
Yes.
Respect yourself.
You have to learn, ladies, and that kind
Unless
of
you
scenario.
cheat with me, then it's okay.
But I see what you're saying. The point that. Oh, now I can probably answer that. Go ahead. I mean, you said you
Say the question
that.
again. I want to hear.
But no,
Is
to
it-
answer the question, it's no justifiable reason.
No, it's not.
Is
No,
it,
it's not.
well, I'm saying it also is. Like I said, is there a difference between a man doing that?
No, I don't think it's a difference. Because women and men can say we doing it for different reasons. I know the running gag is women cheat emotionally, men cheat physically, which I kind of give a little credence to. It's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not. But that is a true
But what I'm
point.
saying is, if
But
hold on. Before
you throw it on the plate, let me just throw a little seasoning on the chicken before you put it in.
Go ahead. Hey, yo.
What?
Yeah, it's a yo move.
Now, let me think about it again. Let me throw a little seasoning on the chicken before you put it in. Pause.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, they say, and I'm glad you said that because I didn't want to say it because I wanted to be able to answer like this.
Toxicity.
Females cheat because it's emotional. Men cheat because they're physical. But they both fucking.
No, 100%. The end result is the same. The catalyst may be different, but what I'm trying to say is like the reason, to me, a woman cheating hurts more. It should hurt more because it's like you connected with this man on an emotional level.
Mm-hmm.
You're tying emotion into the fact that y'all fucking. You feel some type, even if you don't love this nigga. Cheating is wrong. Like cheating is wrong on both sides, but it burns a little different when it's the woman because it's like, yeah, this nigga long dick my bitch and she like this nigga. Like I could go fuck a trash can bitch. Like I'm just going.
No, not literally.
Don't even
area
think about that
world.
bitch.
Exactly.
The funny thing is, bitches will fuck and like, bitches will cheat with motherfuckers, and then it's like if they died, they would feel a type of way.
But you know, all I'm saying it 'cause that's true.
Like
that's all the emotional.
I've never cheated on nobody, but it's like I fuck bitches that I do not give a fuck about. I came out of motels, hotels, dorm rooms, college apartments, and all that houses, other niggas, girlfriends, cars, all that type shit.
Yo!
I came out of that, and I'm just saying though, it's like this shit real. So I'm saying though, like shit like that happen, and majority of the time, I'm like, I'll give you a prime example. Bro. Now, it's a bro that I was dealing with like 5 years ago, and we was hooking up here and there. She was cool. I ain't give a fuck about her like that at all. So it's like we went on dates. We probably went on like 3-4 dates. I done popped a couple times. I was over there. She ain't live far. And then, like one day, she had called me at like 6 in the morning. We not even on that type of time. Why you call me 6 in the morning? Matter of fact, it was like 5. She was like, oh my God, they broke into my car and stole my shit, and I'm scared, and I don't know if they're gonna come in my apartment. I was like, yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can fuck a bitch and I give a fuck about it. I can't say what I never do, but cheating's not okay. But it's like, that's the difference between men and women cheating because, like, a bitch, if let's just say that's me and the chick I'm cheating with, she go, oh my God, let me call 911 right quick. Hold on, baby, hold on, make sure you're alright. I'm not her nigga. Her nigga's laying in bed. She probably just went downstairs to talk to me about that. She
Right.
called 911. I don't give a fuck.
You don't react to it like that.
Stomp the shit out you.
But I will say in that kind of scenario though, you know, that's the one thing that I do want to talk about this to a degree when we have a female come on, because a lot of females will actually tell you that they can, I don't know if they're just saying it just to retort back, but they feel as though they can cheat just for a physical the same way we do. And I don't really know if I believe that. I'm not saying that it's incapable of happening, but I just don't know if I believe that 100%.
I feel like because of how it's always like perceived, that a lot of niggas will see that and be like, I don't believe it as much. But I don't really think these females really be cheating on these niggas. But I think it depends on the nigga. See, again, our situations when we either had these girls cheating or we see it, most of the time it's for that emotional, it was this for him.
Yeah.
But we gotta I know some niggas out here that these hoes they got a girl and she just getting popped.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like,
see
she
how
just
you
getting
act.
popped on, she getting popped on.
Like she getting popped.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's somebody's bitch.
I know this nigga gonna keep me.
That's somebody's
Like-
bitch though. Damn.
Think about the nigga who girl just told him we been about once a week, and he just like, that's cool.
Right.
So I know if this nigga's like that, I know this nigga's like, yeah, my girl getting popped, but shit, I love her though.
Bro, I guess maybe because I just don't. I can never.
My nigga, you
can
can
never
put a gun in your mouth.
word.
Hold on, I
Damn.
don't think they heard me. If you giving up like that, my nigga, he's like, she getting fucked, long dick style by Randall, but I still love her. Kill yourself. Death is
Please
better.
take it out.
Bring honor to your family's name. Charter a plane to the suicide force in Japan. Have the last Hanzo Swordman craft you the finest steel. Hike that bitch over your chest in the field of cherry blossom and do the Lord's work, nigga, because you don't deserve to be here no more.
yo.
100% back though.
I'm just
Back
saying.
though. But I guess, but Mike, I'm not saying in that realm you honestly being truthful. Like that is probably some real shit. And I know then situations like that exist because some niggas out here will allow their female to get down like that. I guess from coming from my standpoint, and this is one of those topics once again that you kind of got to take yourself out of your realm of what you expect in your life,
Because
how you move.
If we don't, it's gonna be like, fuck no.
Yeah, 'cause I think that's a level of beta male that I could never even touch if I tried. I would struggle to touch that.
If I found out my son was like that, I would kill myself.
Yeah, like I would feel so much disappointment. So it's like, me personally, bro, I think with that question specifically, I think that no, it's a double. Look, getting back to this double standard back. I know y'all hate
It's a
it, but it's a thing. When men do it, a lot more times than not, we're doing that from a physicality standpoint. It's just physical. I'm just trying to fuck on something. I like something. I see it. I want to pop it. I'm not saying every female did attaches emotions to any nigga that she run on outside of the relationship. But
If we had
it has to be a factor. Yes.
Right.
I'm more so expecting you to have a factor that plays into a part of you actually liking a nigga than me having any factors and me actually liking any of the bitches I fuck.
Is it a thing where with guys where it's like, if I'm a cheat on the physical side, do you see most of the time though, when niggas like, shit, I'm gonna cheat on my girl with something, and they go to that emotional attachment, most of the time they leave.
Yeah, but the niggas getting emotional love.
You cheat on your girl,
You even at
you gonna fuck that
going.
girl, you gonna be like, you either gonna get caught or you just gonna be like, yeah, baby, I've been seeing something else.
Yeah, because it's like emotional attachment for a man. It's like, damn, she asked me my day. She fuck with me.
But see, a nigga also
She bought me the PS5.
a nigga also fumbling the bag if you do that though. Because and that, I say that in the realm of like, if she gonna help get down and you win her over and then you go on to her and you make that your thing, nigga, she bound to do that shit to you too.
Wait. Well, she was, yeah. It's,
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about how you get. Cause I had to remember that's the thing. It's like it's all about how you get her.
Yeah.
So if you, I'd apply that if you took her from somebody.
I see what you're saying, but that's why I made sure to say that because I take that in the reverse psychology of that as well, where I look at it like she knew that y'all had an active thing because then it's like how sacred
can yours be?
yes.
I hear that, but it's like I
The
don't
foundation might be weak in what we got as well. If I allow you to be the only one in my life, like that.
I kind of get it because I know 100% if I take you from somebody, I can never take you serious because you've shown yourself to be susceptible to outside help. So it's like if you're, I'm trying to be real. So it's like if the lady is single and I'm in a relationship and we're talking, getting to know each other, and I decide to leave with her, I don't think that makes her scum, and I don't think that makes that any less solid than when I have my current broad. Just because I chose to leave. It's not the same situation if I took shorty from somebody because you've shown that you can be taken. What are you showing me by you fuck with me? You're just showing me that you're fucking with me.
It's showing your respect level.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
To another bitch?
It's a thing.
To another bitch?
Now you fuck the bitch. It's the situation. If
She don't have-
because for me, this is why. Because if I switch it, if a girl come to me like, yeah, I got something, and I'm like, I'm still fucked up. I don't respect their relationship at all. So why the fuck would?
Yeah, because she wants you, nigga.
Why the fuck would when we together? Why would I respect our relationship when you already know off top?
I get down like that.
This how she get down.
I don't put those two together because she doesn't respect the relationship that I have with another bitch. I'm not saying I would entertain that situation,
Right.
but I'm looking at it like through a broad spectrum. Like, okay, shorty on the outside doesn't respect my girl and the relationship I have with my girl. Now she's taking me away from that. I'm now with her. I'm supposed to think she's gonna cheat on me?
I'm not necessarily saying that you're supposed to think, but I think that you're undermining the idea of her being capable of that.
And Any bitches capable.
But she doesn't respect relationships as a whole.
She doesn't respect outside niggas' relationships.
She don't respect relationships. Outside nigga relationships is a relationship.
I'm in my relationship. So if what she's wanting, I'm saying I only come from that place is because she's not in one. Now she's in one. She's not in. She wasn't in a relationship when she was trying to woo me.
I see what you're saying when you differentiate the two, because they do have factors in them that differ them in a way. But what I'm saying is I would in that moment still take into account, like, okay, she's shown capability of possibly of that being a thing. Like you said, any bitch is capable of it, but I have actual evidence of this bitch where it's kind of like she might get down like that, and if it were to occur to me, I better not be surprised by it. I'll let you know that at the very least.
Facts. You can't be hurt like, they didn't cheat on me. Because it's easy to be flipped like, well, you cheated.
Yeah, and they
wish you would.
Which they can. In that scenario, she would actually be able to say,
I cheated on you? No.
No, but he's saying well, you cheated as if, nigga, you cheated to get me, so why do it matter?
So we obviously both don't.
That's game.
We obviously both don't respect relationships. I don't respect that you had one, and you didn't respect that you were in one. So now that we together, I still don't respect that I'm in one. I can still go and do my dirt because we both cheat.
Mind you, I just want to drive the point home because I'm trying to dissect both. I wouldn't.
Yeah. We all have the agreement that either way.
I'm just trying to dissect both points because the other one sounds a little bit different, so that's why I'm giving it that.
Yeah,
I definitely understand that.
So getting to this next question, fellas. I think this is kind of something. Once again, some of this shit is obvious, but see, what's obvious to the three fellas up here may not be obvious.
Can I ask you a quick question? I'm curious.
Hey,
have y'all had sex with a woman that's no longer on this planet?
That I know of, no.
Okay.
Everybody's still here.
And if she was a slide, would you care?
No. Not at all. Like she was a slide?
Honestly, it's only like
you better keep on.
3 females in my life. That if they was off this planet, I would be like, that I would even go to their funeral.
I'm not going to none of their funeral.
You said you would go?
I don't even think about going. I don't even know if I'll go for real. But it's only like 3, maybe 4 that I know.
Damn, nigga.
That I know. That I would be like, damn, she passed away, like, not even sad. It'll actually reach.
I may think of going to one. And that would have to be if I was single.
Damn. Why would you?
I'm not going to no bitch relationship. I'm not going to no bitch funeral if I'm in a relationship.
For real?
Because I what?
Bro, it's societal norm.
I don't give a fuck. I'm a toxic nigga in that regard. I want you. We about to go somewhere real quick. You let your broad go to one of her ex's funeral. I wish the bitch would.
Nigga is dead.
I don't give a fuck. Yo, we smoking that nigga pack tonight. I pack him away.
Remember the nigga over here like, I ain't fuck with this nigga. I hate him. Watch. No,
the nigga was like he was faking the hood.
That's
I'm gonna smack this nigga, bitch.
Bro, no. If my girl, if like one of her exes died, you better not think about going, because you better go in the casket.
What would be the problem with her thinking about going?
You can think about it all day. You can think about leaving.
See, I think this is the one-sided shell version of Brandon. No, I know you're not, but I'm saying this is the one-sided shelled up version of Brandon coming to play. What is that? Bro, what threat does that provide anyone?
He said I don't deny
that. You got those niggas dead, nigga?
He's dead!
You know bitches still love Michael Jackson, right? As long as he's
Yes, but this nigga's not Michael Jackson. This is a nigga that used to drop.
They used to love her. They used to love him. We're not talking about a slide.
Bro, I swear.
If I want my bro, I want my queen somewhere, wherever you are. I hope you're watching now. I want you to think that you live in a world where you can go to a motherfucker's funeral who's to fuck you. Or you used to even like halfway. You ain't going to nobody's funeral.
Ladies.
Would you like, come with me?
We smoking that nigga pack. Stop playing with me, dog. Like,
this nigga is playing. He playing. I can't even fucking talk, bro.
I want you to understand that I'm not playing. You are not going to no.
I know that. I'm laughing because
you're not playing.
They're serious.
It's confusing to me because it's like y'all would go. Or I'm sorry, not you go. You would let your bra go?
Yes, bro. Would you let your bra go, Mike?
And you better not cry. I wish don't let me catch you upstairs crying. Don't let me catch you upstairs by some crying.
He is Super Saiyan 3 with this.
You goddamn right. I'm Super Saiyan 4 and I've attained Ultra Instinct. I wish you would be crying over somebody you're not with no more. I wish you would. I don't give a fuck.
It's not like he get married. He get married again and she like, then it's like, bitch, what the? But if the nigga died,
want you. I want to tear them all up so I can get to the divorce papers.
Okay, I ask you this because you on a level where I know nobody that's viewing would even agree with you. Well, I can't say that, but I'm not that level of toxic ladies. I just can't say
I
that.
know my toxic brothers out there watching. Support.
I'm saying, okay, so this we'll minimize the level of toxicity down just a tiny bit for this question here. If, because you already know how I feel about this. If
oh my God, not this shit again.
If your ex's, if your girl's ex reached out and invited you and a +1 to his wedding,
I'm gonna say it like this. I would go to mine.
No, that's not what he asked. He asked if your ex's man invited you.
Hell yeah, I would go. You got on the bar, be there with mine.
bro.
That motherfucker turned out.
I'm telling you, but this nigga B think that's insanity, bro. But it's a societal norm to think that's insanity.
My thing is, I'm not playing off the societal norm. I'm speaking to the heartless person that lives inside me, who also his name is Brandon. We not playing that shit. We not playing that shit. We're not, nigga, who the fuck you think you is hitting my broad up?
Hitting y'all up.
Right. Nigga, he sent an invitation.
Nigga, first of all to me, nigga. First of all.
Listen.
We'll stab you in your neck, nigga.
To the few exes out there that I got. If y'all hoes do get married,
if y'all hoes,
I'm sorry, I don't know.
You hear this shit?
It's a little
I'm fucking defending the safety of my women.
If y'all get married, feel free to invite me. Y'all know I'm fun.
I'm coming.
I'm not staunch.
And I'm gonna invite y'all to my wedding.
I'm not staunch in that. I'm not.
I'm happy that you agree with me on that.
I hear you. I'm not killing that. It's just I'm not going. And I'm feeling to go. It's not even because we've had this conversation before, where it's like motherfuckers think you weird for going, motherfuckers think you weird for not going. I don't feel no way about it. I'm just not going. I don't care to go. I don't care to be around somebody I used to be with.
If she wants to go, is it a problem?
You motherfucking right.
This nigga stonewall everything.
I'm so staunch out there. My bro ain't gonna ask me that. My bro know. You so staunch and high. Like I said, and I just want to wrap back around to that dead nigga shit. I wish you would cry about that nigga. I wish you would cry.
Brandon, that is, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna go there and say I'm like, yo, I hope that the family is well. I'm gonna be peaceful.
Do I pack on the way?
Guess what? Now, I'm trying to think of a situation where I would be like, nah, that shit ain't cool.
Bro, when it comes to my exes, it's obviously outside of the idea of ever reconnecting in any way that's not platonic. Like, that's a no-go for me. But, bro, I've always been the type where it's just like, I'm not cordial with, I'm cordial with my exes, but I don't talk to none of them. I used to at one point in time, I just don't now. Yeah, so at this point, it's like, if I call the invitation, man, I know.
What you say?
It's still fucking, but we cool though.
But
I'm toxic though. That's the toxic side of me. I know that.
I thought you said you were still fucking.
If I would know for a fact, I know my ex will enough to know I would never catch an invitation to anything. Because they think, to a degree, they're more aligned with Brandon's thought process on that than mine. So I think I might have talked to my ex about that. She said the same thing, I just wouldn't go. Like, it's not that I have anything against them, no ill will. I wish you the best, but I just wouldn't want to go. Me, like I said, I love a free meal and I love an open bar. I talked about that with the marriage topic. Inviting me, I'm gonna be litty, nigga. And also, I will say this, I make one even better. My ex can invite me and I could be single and not have a +1, nigga. You don't think I'm on an open bar? I'm not gonna take something down while I'm out there at her wedding? I'm taking something down, nigga. I can assure you that. First of all,
if it's one of my exes, I know you told your friends how I put it down.
Alright, that sound hot, my nigga. That sound real cool. But we not about to just be like, yeah, my ex-friend, I'm fucking friends. Alright, nigga, it's going down like that.
It don't necessarily gotta be a friend. It could be somebody that she just a coworker she invited that made the list. It's gonna be somebody there that's single too. Like,
are you sure you didn't put
I didn't bring a +1.
I mean, again, I'm not walking in like 100% chance. I'm not going in like 100% chance. I'm just gonna walk.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But I know my chances. I'm pretty confident in my abilities, and
I thought I was confident in my abilities when we went out before. We've all struck out, right?
Yes, you might strike out.
I'm not doing the Babe Ruth like yeah.
But I ain't strike out because I was just like I shot. I'm putting that opportunity out there.
So strike out if you don't go to the back.
So I'm saying just like situation to be a strikeout, the situation can also be a home run.
I can get on base, bro.
But you can't.
Yo, y'all, what I'm finding out is y'all sound like y'all ever watch King of the Hill?
No, I never.
You heard, there's a nigga on there named Boomhauer, you can't really understand, who be talking like random shit that you can't understand. He got a lot of hoes, but one day they found out why he got a lot of hoes. This nigga go to the mall and shoot his shot at every single bitch. he always got a bitch leaving his crib, and they think he Mac Daddy and all that shit. They followed him one day and was watching him give it up to bitches. Every bitch that walked his way, hey, what's up, can I get your number? Hey, what's up, can I get your number? Bro, that's how he's getting it. So that's how y'all tell me I'm gonna be getting at the motherfucker.
No, this is I'm not. I gotta take it to the
Yeah, like,
Ask her a question.
we no. I go, we take a scenario, you like, if one of my exes invite me to their wedding, I'm not going there like, what's up with the cousin? What's up with the
Yeah, I'm not going there
what's up?
actively like that.
But I'm gonna go, I'm gonna get lit, I'm gonna have a good time, and like I said, bro, I'm gonna put myself in a situation where it's like, alright, I might not shoot 6 times. I'm not going like, yeah, I'm just trying to go fuck all her friends.
I just want to clarify. First it was like, what if fucking, now it's like, if I try.
I'm gonna take the exact same approach I would have if I go to the bar or club.
When I say
I'm gonna scan the room like, alright.
When we say we going fucking, you make it seem like, yeah, we gonna fuck everything that we see. Everybody that's there.
I say this. I've called pussy at the club twice in my life, nigga. Like when I say it's like before I went out, I'm like, I'm getting pussy tonight. That's that be twice.
What?
That's not.
I do that every night I go out. I have the mindset.
I forgot. You know,
pussy.
might be fucking. I just put
No, but I'm saying though.
I don't know if y'all heard me the last 19 episode.
I'm gonna invent a way to say it, but say it different.
Me personally, I never do anything. If I'm going out, I'm not going out.
No, but you didn't hear me though. No, no, I'm saying I've called pussy where it's like, it's been twice, and Jordan's been with me both times. Once on my birthday, and another time when me, you, and Kai went out. I was like, I'm booking tonight. And it happened. Mm-hmm. So that's what you telling me is like, you called it and it happened every time?
No. What you mean I called it?
Like he said, like you before the night, you show you I'm about to fuck something tonight, and then you ended up fucking something tonight.
I say that every night. So it's something like you go.
I was serious in those 2 times I was really about to. I'm gonna tell you, no, it was on my birthday, bro. I was in the mirror at like 11 a.m. getting ready. I had
11 p.m. You was right.
No, it was 11 a.m. I had my birthday for all day.
Oh, damn.
It was 11 a.m., nigga. Yeah, I was in the bathroom like, I'm getting some pussy.
Every time I go out,
it was like 11 a.m.
Every time I go out, I'm lacing my sneaks like, shit, this is a 40-point night. But now if it don't happen, it's cool.
That's one thing. I've done that, but I was adamant. It's different. The energy was different. I was like, I got just how I say when I fuck my energies, I got one energy when I'm on that. If I'm going out with my niggas, if I'm going out, my energy is
bro, I'm gonna be real. If I'm going to my ex's wedding, I'm not saying that I call a shot and I hit every time, but I'm going to tell myself I'm going to fuck that night, and I'm going to fuck that night if I don't have a +1.
I think the only reason it's different for me, because you know what I say. After about 6 shots, I'm like, I'm trying to fuck on something.
Yeah,
I'm trying, but the key is operative word. I'm trying.
Yeah,
fuck on
you got it.
The 2 nights I was like, I'm getting pussy tonight. Brandon in the mirror looking at me at 11 a.m. with the birthday fit on already.
I always think I'm getting something. Even if I don't, I'm not saying I'm like, yeah, every night I go out, I got some pussy. No, but every time I go out, I'm gonna attempt. I'm never gonna go like,
of course.
I get some pussy tonight.
I'm definitely not getting invitation.
But this the thing though. What's the difference from having the mindset like, I'm beating some pussy, and you get some, and having the mindset like, I'm just going up to chill, and you get some. You still gotta have that mindset every single time.
The only reason I say it's different because it's like you putting energy into calling it, and you I hate this bird ass word. Manifest it. Like, oh my god, in the book of birds, it's like number 2. Like,
well, I manifest every night. Now, if it happens and it don't,
well, then you didn't.
That don't change my game.
It didn't manifest if it didn't.
I see what you're saying.
I speak it every night. I never, because when you say that, it gives me the mindset that you sometimes go out like, I ain't gonna get no pussy now.
Oh, no, I've never said that. I've said, what I normally say is, I'm trying to fuck on something tonight. Mm-hmm. When I'm about 4 drinks in, and we listen to some toxic nigga music before we go out, and then the music is loud, and the drinks are flowing, and we saying some wild shit, and then the pizza is already cold on the fucking table, and we contemplating, and what time we get the Uber, because Jordan's had to pee 3 times. I said, I'm trying to fuck. Those nights where I meant it, when I was like, I'm fucking something tonight, it happened.
See, I mean everything.
Well, put it like this, to wrap this all up, the night that my ex dares to invite me to her wedding, and I don't have a +1, because I'm going to have a +1 at that point, but say I don't, I'm going to fuck that night. Cause bro, I'm telling you, at weddings they be letting it loose.
What?
They brought, cause then you gotta think, especially when you got track off a wedding, they already got the hotel booked for everybody, so you got your room and shit like that. A lot of weddings I've been going to, that's what they do. So they had an open bar at the wedding, and then everybody come back to the hotel and drink at the bar within the hotel. Them hoes be ready to get. I went to a wedding with my ex, and we went to the bar and everything, went back into the room, and the Joan walked into our room with drinks. Oh my god, I want to have sex tonight.
Come on!
Oh,
you was with your girl.
That was my shit.
You ain't call me nigga.
Threesome vibes?
Nigga, I was in like fucking White Plains, New York or some shit.
I mean,
Hey, mother's girl, drive. Nigga, I got a car. I don't be thinking about it.
I put it like this. I'm actually, I mean, you bring that up. I'm actually gonna tell my wife, like, shit, understand, yo bridesmaids, I'm coming with the mindset that my groomsmen, some of them niggas gonna strike.
As you should. As you should.
Like, I actually I can't tell my girl to not do it, but don't bring I got a boyfriend, don't bring them home.
Don't bring them hoes around.
Bring the fun one, cause I hate, like, I've been to a few weddings where, like, my cousin's wedding. Hope you don't watch this. Yo, white friends was boring as hell. Like, they all of us turned up, trying to have a good time, and all the bridesmaids like,
I'm gonna read you too.
like what the?
All our bridesmaids is all white?
He married a white chick.
But it's like,
Okay.
and I'm not saying you just gotta get the pussy, but it's like,
Have fun, be active.
have fun.
Yeah,
Y'all all
turn
just
up with
saying,
it.
like,
Let's all get drunk together.
Y'all on the dance floor, they on the either there.
It's
rocking the boat.
some times on, and the extras, like the people you just invite, like, no, your bridesmaid should be out here with my partners and my niggas. We all should be turned up. Now, if the opportunity present itself, my niggas going slide, let them.
Right. Have a good time.
Have a good time. But that's one thing, like, when I do get married, I'm gonna let my wife know, like, look, my partners, these niggas, they on that. So let your friends and your females know these niggas are going to the shoot. So don't be like, what are you talking
What that nigga did he say on the whistle? Have your friends and my friends. Maybe we could be friends.
You feel me? For sure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, because I love when we be having these conversations that go off a tangent and they extend the shit out of the episode. You know,
I wish you would cry, bitch. I wish I would find you in the
Ladies and
closet
gentlemen,
somewhere crying.
this is episode 8 of the Problematic Gentleman Podcast.
Heavy on the problematic today. I wish you would cry.
Like, subscribe,
And don't cheat on me.
follow, share.
I'm
We on
attached to
Twitter,
the
we
homies.
on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Radio Breaker, Apple Podcast, motherfucking Spotify.
What else?
Any DSP. He want to say what else, but I name everything.
Yeah, I'm
So all the DSPs that you love to listen to, check us out on there, man. Share, subscribe, do all of that shit. Like, so
Yeah.
this has been another installment. We love y'all.
I swear to God, you better not cry. I wish you would cry, dog. I'm sorry. No, I'm dead ass. But you better not cry.